Hello, everyone. Welcome to Tea Time Tuesday. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to November and welcome to Tea Time Tuesday, where we pause, reset, and build resilience. Excited about having all of you on today. Please go ahead and like and share this with everyone. Go ahead and tag your friends, tag your family, and share this Tea Time. Welcome, Tea Timers. If you're out there, let me know. Go ahead and hashtag I am Renewal and Tea Time, where we're pausing. We're really focusing on resetting and building our resilience as a community. I'm out here actually on a balcony today, enjoying the tea time. It's a nice, cool fall morning and afternoon. And so I just want to welcome everyone to the Tea Time space here at the Renewal Center. So excited about it. So grateful to have all of you on. If you're out there, please share with us that you're connected to us today during our tea time. So welcome to November. Welcome to November. We're excited about having all of you on and connected today for our Tea Time Tuesday, each and every Tuesday. We're excited about your participation in what we're doing today. So a few things before we get started. We think about our awarenesses for the month. Want to just encourage you here from the Renewal Center about Tea Time Tuesday, about pausing and resetting and increasing resilience. And also this week is International Stress Awareness Day is tomorrow. And actually, International Stress Awareness Week is this week, November 4th through the 8th. And so this is really about campaigning to reduce stress and improve well-being. And of course, we know here at the Renewal Center, one of our key things is about renewing our minds and restoring our lives. And Tea Time, we've always about well-being. We've been consistent about wellness. And so that's one of the key areas that we want to focus on in terms of stress awareness. So here at the Renewal Center, we are honoring International Stress Awareness, which is November 4th through the 8th, 2024. And so one of the ways that we can contribute to stress awareness is what we do here at Tea Time. And so the actual Stress Awareness Day is actually tomorrow, November 6th. And so again, I want to thank everyone for just being aware of that awareness. One of the key things we focus on here at the Renewal Center is about pause, reset, and build resilience. That is a way of helping us focus on stress awareness. So today's actual Tea Time renewal practices is about managing stress in the mind, managing stress in the mind. So looking forward to you being a part of our renewal practices today. And so let's get started with our tea of the week, everyone. Our tea of the week. Want to just welcome everyone. All right. Thank you so much. Living in Faith every day. Hello. Welcome. Welcome. Thank you for being on today. And let's go ahead and dive into what our tea of the week is going to be for today, which is lemon spiced tea. Lemon spiced tea. Now you say, well, what is the tea? What is lemon spiced tea? Well, this is really a nice perk up from the flavor of basic lemon tea. You add, there's some lemon extract that you use. And this is really a wonderful, refreshing spice type of tea. So it's not just that. You actually add cinnamon sticks to it and honey and lemon extract. And with the lemon slices, a few lemon slices can even go into that as well. And so that helps us with just refreshing. It's renewing. It's a wonderful opportunity to really refresh ourselves. It's a wonderful opportunity for us to focus on what it is that how we can refresh ourselves. And so you add cinnamon sticks to this. You can stir in some extract and that kind of thing to really refresh it. So I know that, spices, fall is that season where you add spice. Fall is that season where you add spice. So a little bit of spice, I know many of you getting ready for that. And so excited about being able to work with all of you in that area. All right. Hey, Carmela, good to have you on. Good morning. Good afternoon.
Good morning. Good morning. How are you?
Oh, good. Good. I'm actually out here on the balcony, relaxing.
I see. Okay. That is all right. That's the way to kick off tea time today.
Yes. Yes. Good to have you. Thank you so much. I covered over our awarenesses, and I wanted you to, if you don't mind, because I know we're right in the middle of our Heart of Renewal campaign.
Yes.
And maybe before we get started on the renewal practice for today, you could talk a little bit about what we're doing for that. And we want to get our tea timers to get engaged, our viewing audience.
Absolutely. The Heart of the Renewal Community Program is a community program that we are endeavoring to support our communities. And we can do that together by bringing hope, light, and love to our communities. Recently, we all are aware of Hurricane Helene and Milton that have brought devastations to many communities, in North Carolina and many other states. And so there's been a lot of devastation. And not only that, there's so many people without different things that they are needing. And so we are endeavoring to partner with the Samaritan's Purse organization, a wonderful organization that is doing great things. And also we are raising funds. We would like to solicit our funds for our Tea Time community and the Renewal Center community to help us raise funds and also to give a gift donation. We will do a collective gift donation to Samaritan's Purse on Sunday, and that is this upcoming Sunday, November 10th. And then also we're going to be moving forward with, in the holiday season, a part of the Heart of Renewal is identifying a family that we would like to support for the holidays. So the
Mm.
Heart of Renewal is for the hurricane challenges that have happened, providing support in that area, and then holiday support for those, a family we identify, and also winter gear for those that may be needing that during the holiday season. So and that's going to be ongoing during the month of Thanksgiving and Christmas. So we are excited
Absolutely.
about that.
All right. Thank you so much for that, Carmela. And again, thanks everyone for participating in the Heart of Renewal. Want to share with you, for those of you that are connected with us today, I'd like you to think about that here's the ways that you can donate to the Heart of Renewal as well as to the Renewal Center. So we'll start out with this. If you would like to contribute to this cause, want to encourage you, please itemize that in your giving. Here are the ways that you can give. You can go through our website as well, the renewalcenters.com/give. You can text to give. Hopefully you have the mobile app handy. And again, if you download our Renewal Center mobile app, you can actually give through that way as well. So if you download the mobile app, just type in the Renewal Center and you can give through that way. Also, we have CashApp, which is Cash Renewal Center. So please feel free to put in there Heart of Renewal right there to indicate that this is what your donation is going to, Heart of Renewal. And then, of course, we have PayPal as well as Zelle, which is the Renewal Center 2020 at Gmail, and then Venmo at Renewal Center. And always feel free to mail a check or money order to our P.O. Box 1381, Concord, North Carolina. All right. And I'm going to leave that actually up for a while here at the bottom in our overlay, the different ways you can give: Venmo, Zelle, PayPal, Cash App, our text, and then, of course, our P.O. Box is 1381, Concord, North Carolina, 28026. So please feel free to connect. We'd like you to be a part of what we're doing for the hurricane, those who have suffered from that, and then also the compassion we want to show for those throughout the holiday season. All right. So if you're out there, we're going to go ahead and go into a time of locating yourself. Mel, if you just want to speak to that and get us prepared for that.
Yes, absolutely. For those of you that are joining us here at the Renewal Center for the first time for Tea Time Tuesday, this is a time to just slow down this afternoon, slow down and locate where you are and be with this, use your senses and just be present. And so we're going to relax. And what a good way to do that, because this is stress awareness, International Stress Awareness. So we need to take time to just slow down and relax and become centered. So let's do that. We're going to watch a video and just do some nice deep breathing. Yes. Well, we hope that you are relaxed and ready, because Patrick is going to take us into a time of renewal practices, which is really going to set the pace for reducing stress today. So looking forward to hearing what you're going to talk about today, Patrick.
Yes. Thank you so much, man. I tell you, I'm so excited about this subject to kick off November with this practice on how to manage stress in the mind. Because that's really where we can struggle in terms of our stress reduction, how we approach specific things that are bombarding us. So our tea timers, I want you to please share this. Those of you, welcome to our YouTube audience. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel as well. And thank you for participating in our Locate Yourself exercise. You just reduce stress by locating yourself.
That's right.
Just right there. Taking a chance to pause and center yourself. So important in order for us to manage that. So today's focus is on managing stress in the mind, managing stress in The mind. All right. So let's go through our renewal practices today. All right, everybody, let me know when you're ready. Hopefully, you have your journals prepared. I'm going to give us
Ready.
just a few renewal principles that I think would be very helpful for you. All right, let's go. And I want you to hashtag stress awareness. And here we go. Number one, here, and again, we're talking about managing stress in the mind. What you focus on and think about expands. What you focus on and think about expands. So, well, what does this have to do with stress? Well, the more that we focus on something that is stressful, we start expanding that in our lives. So, we got to be very mindful of what we give our attention when there's a stressing situation that shows up in our lives. Now, let's really think about that. There's no separation between you and what you observe. You keep looking at it over and over and over again. Eventually, we start internalizing when we constantly give it attention. So when we talk about stress, managing it in the mind, we want to start out, Carmela, by focusing on, what am I focused on? What am I constantly ruminating over? Because the more and more that I do that, what happens? It expands in my life. And then that's where stress begins to continue to build up in us. It's by what I focus on and think about, it expands. Let's meditate on that principle, that practice. I want to ask us, tea timers, what are you constantly focusing on and thinking about when there is a stress indicator that shows up? Even how we're presenting tea time today, we want to present it in a way that is causing us to really focus on things that will help us manage how we manage stress in the mind.
Right.
And so, Carmela, any thoughts on that as far as when you think about this first renewal practice? And again, I'm just talking through some perspectives. What are your thoughts on this as it relates to just managing stress in the mind?
I'm looking at this and I'm really thinking about what you said there. What you focus on and think about expands. And when we're in the middle of those situations, we're right there in that situation, and it's like everything becomes enlarged. The situation becomes enlarged, the circumstance becomes enlarged, and it becomes a whirlwind if we don't have a coping mechanism, or we don't have something that we can say, okay, hold on, let me step back and really evaluate it. It's like a whirlwind. It comes in, and then that word ruminating, that's what jumped out. It's like we're thinking, we're running it around, and what if, what is this? And, getting caught up in that and not being able to step back because the whirlwind, or what is, becoming enlarged, is overtaking us right at that moment, that's causing distress,
And that's so good because
I know what I'm talking about.
yeah.
Yes.
It's so important that we watch what we focus on, and we can also think about it from a perspective of what's positive as well.
Right.
I know if I can just kind of segue to what you're doing through your business about gratitude, which I appreciate what you do with that, and thank you so much.
Thank
because
you.
you're helping us focus on that, which helps us expand that in our life. Even that can help us manage stress, because we can eventually just say, well, this is what's not happening. This is not happening, and that's not happening. And we end up giving our energy and our essence to something that heightens our stress, instead of helping us really disarm it. So this principle works across the board.
Yes, it does.
We do it every day. We read into things, don't we? We create stories. And so we end up piling that on the inside of us, and it just accumulates and accumulates, or ruminates, revolves. So it's important from a stress perspective. I mean, we started out with locating ourselves.
Yeah.
And I was like, should I do tea time in my office, or come out and have a nice fall view today.
I
And I
like
was like,
too.
let's change it. And even though there are cars and, look, but it's like, I changed the environment so that I can, because I know that in work that I'm doing, and this is my time for my break that I've set aside each and every Tuesday for me to pause, for me to reset, for me to build my resilience. And we started out by that because I'm focused on pausing. I'm focusing on resetting my day. I'm focusing on building resilience. And so it's important that is something that we can engage in to help us. A few comments are coming in here. Charlize is sharing again. Yes, absolutely. What I focus on and think on expands my life. So the question is about what are we focusing? And many times what's expanding in our life is what we've been thinking about each and every day consistently. That's renewal practice 1. Let's go to number 2. All right. Your thought affects you. Your thoughts affect you, the people around you, and the world at a distance from you. You're a continuous exchange of energy and information. Again, we're talking about stress in the mind. We're starting out with stress in the mind first. So your thoughts, what you're constantly thinking about, affects you. Your thoughts affect the people around you. Our thoughts affect the world at a distance from you. It also comes out virtually, Carmela, not just in our physical interactions with people. The way that I show up right now, my thoughts impact even how we're conducting our time here today.
Yeah, I'd like to speak to that. And it's so true. I mean, because, just like peace can exude from us and joy can exude from us, stress does it too, and like you said, it can affect the world around us, the people around us, the world at a distance. It affects us in general. And what I was thinking about is, it affects our disposition, the words that we say, because, it's all about what we're thinking. So eventually somewhere we could affect someone by what we say, or maybe the attitude that we have, the disposition that can rub off. And we're like, gosh, because people, we all pick up, maybe that person is dealing with something or they're stressed, and in fact, that person is. And so we just kind of walk around. We're like that little character on Charlie Brown. Who's the little that walks around and he has all this stuff going on.
A Pigpen, I remember that. Yeah. Yeah.
And so sometimes it could possibly come off as that. And that's how we can, affect the environment around us.
Good. Renita says, hey, Renita. Renita says, stress affects our perceptions.
Yeah.
Absolutely spot on. Absolutely spot on. So again, we've gone through the first one, which is what you focus on and think about expands. Okay. So when I observe it, I absorb it. It becomes a part of who I am. You got to be very mindful of that. Then again, your thought affects you. It affects the people around you. It affects the world at a distance because we're exchanging information. You can walk into a space with some negative thoughts and that starts filling the space that you're in. And then, of course, our perception, our engagement becomes, engaged in a stress lens. Oof. And so as a result of that, we're not able to really deal with stress in positive ways because we're not aware. So again, folks, I think it's important that we think about what's happening in our thoughts, how that affects us, how that impacts the people around us in the world at a distance, the projects we're on, the teams that we're on. Okay, tea timers. We're talking about managing the stress in the mind. All right, let's go to the third one. To be masterful with stress, we cannot fall victim to our own reactions, uncontrolled behaviors, and automatic tendencies.
Ooh.
Mm, 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 mm.
That's true.
Let's sit with this one. Everybody getting this down? To be masterful with stress, we cannot fall victim to our own reactions, uncontrolled behaviors, and automatic tendencies. T-timers, what are your thoughts on this one? Carmela, any thoughts on this one? What are your thoughts on this?
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
This is layered. This is layered because now you're talking about being masterful. That means being in a place of how you navigate stress and not fall into the default mechanism that we, automatic tendencies that we tend to, formulate narratives, or our perception is altered, and, we're just kind of going around that same process and not taking the time to really see where we are and how it's affecting us. And this is really layered.
Mm-hmm.
This is layered.
Mm-hmm. Mm.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
I'm really thinking about that as it relates to the work that I do, because there are times that if I don't look at my reactions, which are sometimes they're automatic or uncontrolled, there's a certain groove.
Mm-hmm.
It's like when I think about a road or I think about a path in the woods, I've traveled it so many times that it becomes not permanent, but I'm so used to it.
Automatic.
And so, even as children, you might be going to a store and there's a certain path that you would take, or you playing in the woods, or, you create your own baseball diamond, and, you create your own paths, and you and we can travel on that space so consistently till it becomes automatic, an automatic tendency. So if we're going to really be masterful with stress, Carmela, we're going to have to recognize, when am I falling victim to my own reactions? When am I falling victim to my uncontrolled behavior? This is just how I function. People say things like, well, I'm just going to say what I'm going to say. Really? I'm just going to keep it real. What does that mean? Uncontrolled behavior, automatic tendency that builds more stress. We're falling victim during those moments.
This is good. Mm-hmm.
Got a couple of comments coming in here.
Yes.
Ouch to the automatic tendency.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Renita is sharing something. Carmela, I'll bring that. Go ahead and read this one.
Yes. Okay. Yes. Nita is saying, this is really good. I'm currently doing a lesson on managing stress and implementing coping skills with my students. And one of the things we talk about is that we have a choice with how we manage our stress. This is good. We may not be able to control the stressors, but we can be conscious and deliberate about how we react to stress. It's not always easy, though. Yes.
Right.
This is
absolutely
good.
And you know what? This is good that we're putting it out there, because what we're doing right now is it's the awareness part that is helping us with managing the stress in the mind. And we started out with this. What are we focusing on? Am I allowing? I can't control the stressors, but I can control how I look at it in the lens, so that I won't develop that path, that groove that is considered an automatic tendency, because we have them. And so it's important that we recognize what those automatic tendencies are. Thank you for sharing that, Renita. Ola Remy says this. I'm realizing my response to stress is causing me to eat unhealthy snacks, which can affect my health. See, that's awareness, a realization. Right. All right. Here's my response. Then I have an automatic response to, let me eat an unhealthy snack. We all have our go-tos.
Right.
Right. But I think what we're talking about today, again, this is managing it first in the mind, right? We're aware. Here's another comment, Mel, if you want to read this one.
Okay. Charlisa, she's saying our reactionary behaviors can lead us to a place of defeat, feeling more overwhelmed and out of control. This is so good. This is so good. Patrick, if I could speak to something that thank you, Charlisa, for sharing that. This is so good because sometimes that spiral that we talked about, we kind of get ourselves in the mix of that. And as Renita was saying, that with stress management, there's a choice. And it's like there's a choice. And so I was thinking, I said, well, if there is a choice, there is always a cause and effect somewhere. So, we're going through this situation or something is stressing us. And then Alermi, she was saying that it caused her to eat, unnecessarily snacks. The cause and effect brings us in. But then back to what Renita was saying, maybe there is a place in there and coping mechanisms to help us have a choice whether or not we are going to engage in that. This is so good, Thank you, Charlisa, for sharing that.
Yes, thank you. Reactionary. Absolutely. We got to think about how we react. That's automatic tendencies, automatic tendencies. My go-to, that groove, that path, Carmela, that it's a constant path that I path through, and I'm so used to going through it that it becomes automatic. See, this is helping all of us, I believe, if we become more aware. All right. So again, folks, let's just recap this one. Again, your thoughts affect you, right? We talked about that. Number 3, we cannot fall victim to our own reactions, uncontrolled behaviors, and automatic tendencies. Important. All right, let's go to the next one. Now, I have some stress questions, Carmela, I want us to think about. Can you read those out?
Yes. Stress questions. Who told me to think that? What do I think of myself? Why do I think that? And where did I get my information from?
Let's sit on this. Let's sit with this one. Locate yourself in these questions. These are stress questions. This is going to really help us. I hope everybody's getting this down. Which of these questions, Tea Time community, resonates with you the most? If you wouldn't mind sharing that in the comments. If you're able to type that out, I'd like to hear from you. When you think about these stress questions, these are things you can ask yourself so that you can minimize the stress in the mind. But I'd like to know which one of these questions resonates the most, that you probably will evaluate more or ask yourself more so that you can manage the stress in the mind. So if you wouldn't mind sharing it, that'd be very, very helpful. Would love to hear your thoughts on this in ways that we can really reconcile the emphasis of managing stress in the mind. Let's see what folks have to say, Carmela. Why do I think that? Thank you for sharing. Anybody else? Thoughts on this? Which particular question resonates with you the most? Carmela, what about you? For me, it's that last one. Where did I get my information from?
Yeah.
That was mine. But what are yours?
1 and 4. Who told me to think that, and where did I get my information from? Because now it's, it makes me think, where is this coming from? Where am I getting my source of information that, I'm looking at this stressful situation I'm in that causes me to just rethink and think and think, where did I get my information from really? And, is there any truth in this? And, when I'm applying it to myself, and what do I need? How do I need to look at this?
Yeah.
So that kind of jumps out at me, 1 and 4.
Okay. Got a few more coming in, Carmela. Let's bring these up. Hold on. Let me bring it. I'll bring it back up. And again, folks, if you're just logging in, the question here is, which of these stress questions resonates with you the most? All right. Let's go. Here we go.
Living in faith every day. Why do I think that? Which is number 3. Renita is saying the question that stands out to me is, why do I think that? It's coming from somewhere. Charlisa, who told me to think that? This statement resonates with me the most. This is good. And Allure Me, she's saying number 3 and number 4, which is, why do I think that? And where did I get my information from?
All right. Yes.
Yes,
I want everyone to think about this week when you consider managing stress in the mind. Filter yourselves through these 4 areas. Okay, we've got the renewal practices that we talked about, but then we also have questions we can ask ourselves. And say, oh, well, okay, I got the information. Okay, let me locate myself in that area. Not because I have awareness now, I'm disarming this stress because I'm getting to the root of why I'm observing this and focusing so much, giving so much attention to it. That's important.
This is so good. Ooh,
all right.
Mm-hmm.
Got a couple more, Carmela. I want to just dive into just one more. Okay. I think is helpful as our final renewal practice for today is now. I want you to really think about this. Intellect gives you information, but awareness gives you a choice. So it's not about just getting the information. It's about having awareness of where you are in that information. So that helps this whole, well, I know about that. Well, there's plenty of subjects we know about, but we're not aware about it, how it impacts us. So again, when we think about managing stress in the mind, intellect gives me information, whereas awareness gives me choice.
Oh, that's good. That's really good. That is good. Mm-hmm.
I think this is a very, very important subject, Carmela. I really want us to consider this and think through this. And I think these questions that we're asking, these approaches that we're asking, will really put us on the path of how we can engage what's going on in our minds relating to stress and ways that we can effectively be more aware again. Because the key thing here, like we're saying here, is intellect gives you information, but awareness gives you choice. So we want to be more aware, not just have the information that we need, but we want to be more aware of where we are and how that awareness gives us a choice of how we're going to shift our attention and our focus on what's going to really help improve us and how we manage stress in the mind. So important that we're doing that. Somebody says that's good. Yes, it is. Hey, Monique, good afternoon to you as well. Hello. Yes. Let's walk through this one more time, Carmela, because I want to just rethink this one more time and think about ways we can apply this week, since we're looking at International Stress Awareness Week 1. What you focus on and think about expands. There is no separation between you and what you observe. Let's make sure that we think about what we're focusing on and how we're ruminating and constantly thinking about things. Number 1. Number 2. Go ahead and read this one, Mel.
Yes. Number 2, your thoughts affect you, the people around you, and the world at a distance from you. We are in a continuous exchange of energy and information.
Right. So if I constantly have wrong information, I'm giving that out and I'm bringing it back in. All right. It's important that we're able to consider where we get our information from. What's the next one? I'll read this one. To be masterful with stress, we cannot fall victim to our own reactions, uncontrolled behaviors, and automatic tendencies. All right. Automatic tendencies. Really want to take the next one? Recap?
Yes. Number 4, here are the stress questions. Who told me to think that? Why do I think of what do I think of myself? Why do I think that? And where did I get my information from?
Which of these questions resonate with you as it relates to stress questions? And then lastly, we talked about the importance of intellect gives you information. We can think about it, get the information. However, when we're aware, we now have a choice, so we can move our attention and our focus to something else. It's going to help us navigate this experience of managing stress in the mind. All right. Monique has a statement. You want to read this, Carmela?
Yes. Monique, she's saying yes. Awareness of triggers and issues that affect us provide opportunities to be intentional with our responses. Intentional.
Automatic tendencies. We got to
Mhm.
look at automatic tendencies. Now, I have one more that I didn't create a slide for, but I want to put
Okay.
it out there. And I want everyone to type this out. I want you to type out 3 things you can't do. Just
Oh, I
work
like
with
that.
me. 3 things you can't do. This is our last applique. I had written it down. I didn't have it out there in a slide, but I want to finish our renewal practices with this in mind. 1, have it all, do it all, be it all.
Oh, okay. Are those the answers?
Those are
Or
the
that's
answers.
those are okay.
3
Okay. I was
things you
writing
can't do.
something else.
You can't have it all, you
Okay.
can't do it all, and you can't be it all.
Oh wow. Okay. All right. I came up with some other stuff, but this is good.
Yeah. That's
Can
just
you
the way that we deal with stress in the mind. I gotta have it all. I gotta be it all and do it all. No, you don't. No, you don't. 3 things you can't do. Isn't that interesting?
yes, have it all, be it
So I want
all,
to
and
have it all. Have it all. Do it all, and be
do
it
it all.
all.
That's
Many
good.
times, the 3 things we can't do. And I know that probably was like, okay, where you going with this? Where you going with this? Well, where we're going is that there's 3 things you can't do. You can't have it all.
Mhm.
You're not going to have it all. You can't do it all. And you can't be it all. Everybody, relax.
Mm.
It's okay to not have it all, not do it all, not be it all. See, this is helping us disarm these self-imposed limitations and all these other things that we put on ourselves that hinder us from really knowing how to manage stress in the mind. Everybody got it?
Mm-hmm.
Have it all, do it all, be it all. Write it down. Put it someplace right now where you are so that when you walk into your roles next week, you can just unwind.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Renita says, it sounds like something mom would say. You can't do everything. Ain't that
Yes,
the truth?
I thought
You
about
just
that.
can't. You
Yes,
can't. And if you do it, you
you
just
said
break yourself trying to do it.
that's right. Yes.
So, folks, I want to thank everybody today for participating in Tea Time. I do realize that we normally have our first tea time at noon on Tuesday, on noon usually. I had a schedule change, so I'm changing it to 11:30 when I'm on. So what we'll be doing is we'll be posting again like we normally do, our invitation, our notification for when we're having tea time. So first Tuesdays it'll be 11:30 because I want to make sure I can conduct it, and this is important for me to be a part of it during my break as well. So again, want to encourage you to please make sure that you subscribe to our YouTube channel. Make sure that you download our mobile app. And please tell me, what is your takeaway from today's focus today? What is your takeaway? Go ahead and type out in the comments. We talked about managing stress in the mind. What is your takeaway from our renewal practices for today? Carmela, anything that resonates with you the most out of our renewal practices for today? Just want to give everybody an opportunity to respond. Any thoughts?
Yeah, absolutely. Going back to, what we talked about, what we perceive, and just a reminder to myself that, our perceptions, we formulate perceptions that, and then that comes out of us, because we're not taking the time to just really, like you said, be more intentional about being aware. So, number 5, I'm going to focus on that quote that you said, that intellect gives you information, but awareness gives you a choice. And so I have to remind myself that I have a choice on how I'm going to respond.
Absolutely. Thank you for sharing.
Mhm.
And anybody else, what are your takeaways from today's renewal practices regarding managing stress in the mind? Ola Remy says here, I have to give myself permission to be human. Absolutely.
Yes.
Yes, please do that.
Yes.
And when you do that, you're
Yeah.
aware, you become more empowered and realize you have choices. All right.
Yes.
Another one here, living faith every day. My takeaway is I can't do it all. That's right. You can't have it
Yes.
all. We can't do it all. We can't be it all.
Be it.
Thank you for sharing. All right. Hey, Dad, how are you?
Hey, Dad.
Missed the early start time. Yes, I know. I know. Thank you. Managing stress. Take it slow and steady.
Yes.
Absolutely. And again, thank you all for. I know we're normally at noon. We're shifting it first Tuesdays to 11:30, mainly because of our schedule. I want to be here. I don't want to miss my tea time. So I was like, okay, well, we'll just go 11:30. Thank you for the adjustment, everyone, to that. And but next week it'll be noon and the third Tuesday, and and then our regular fourth. I just had to make some adjustments due to scheduling. But what are your takeaways? What did you glean from the day? What's really, really helping you? Mel, you want to read this one? Mm-hmm.
Yes. Charlisa, she's saying, my takeaway is be willing to choose. I choose freedom.
Absolutely.
That is so
Thank
good.
thank you so much for sharing that today.
Yeah.
Well, folks, this has been an incredible tea time. Let's see who else. Any other
Mhm.
ones coming in? Oh, another one takeaway. Renita says, work on choosing how you manage your stress. The choice is yours. All
Choice.
right. Thank you,
Mhm.
folks. And again, here at Tea Time, it's always about pausing. You can do that.
Mhm.
Okay. Locating yourself. That helps you build resilience. In this community conversations, we're learning from one another. We're growing from
Yes.
one another.
Oh,
And
good.
so this is important in order for us to be able to grow and expand and help in our wellness. And that's the whole purpose behind us having our tea time community. So I want to thank everyone again. Just want to remind you about the Heart of Renewal, our community program that Carmela shared earlier. Together we bring hope, light, and love. We'd like to encourage you again to donate to our cause for those that have experienced challenges because of the hurricane. And so please, again, if you also want to generally support the Renewal Center overall, I like everyone right now, I want you to think about how can you support the Renewal Center. So if you can, those of you that are watching right now, just go to your mobile app right now or go to your Cash App, go to your PayPal, go to your Venmo and give your donation. Say, I want to support you in the Heart of Renewal and I want to support the Renewal Center in general. If you're giving to the Heart of Renewal, make sure that you indicate Heart of Renewal in the item section, right? And generally, if you're giving to the Renewal Center, these are the ways to support the Renewal Center. We are right in the midst of celebrating 4 years as a ministry, as a center. And y'all know, many of you know, we had the cafe that has been physically closed. We did incredible work for 3 years in our cafe, the actual thought room and art room and action room. But our ministry and our other programs and services, they're still in motion. We still have our grief recovery. Want to remind you of that. For those of you that are experiencing any grief, pain, and loss, we still have individual grief recovery that you can participate in. Want to remind you of that as well. Also, we have our Wednesdays Reforming Culture series. Right now, we're teaching on the kingdom of God every Wednesday at 7:30. We hope to see you tomorrow at 7:30 for Reforming Culture. Please go to our website, go to our social media pages, and our app, and you can register for Reforming Culture. We look forward to seeing you there as well. Also, this coming Sunday, we want to invite you to our New You Digital Discipleship every Sunday at 10 a.m. If you're in a space to say, I want to be a part of a fellowship, I want to be a part of a community, I'm not connected, I want to be connected, I want to grow, I want to engage, you can connect with the Renewal Center each and every Sunday at 10 a.m. And don't you know, when you download our mobile app, you can go back and re-listen to everything that's been taught, our teaching, our content. We also have a blog. We want to encourage you to read our blog. If you go to our website, therenewalcenters.com, go to the blog section. There's a new blog that's out there right now for the season. Please go and connect with that. We'd love to see you be a part of that. And again, I want to thank everyone for celebrating us 4 years of
Yeah.
our serving others. I want to thank you for participating in our Heart of Renewal through your giving. And so we want to encourage you again to connect with that. And our ways of giving will make sure that we keep this up so that you can connect with us, and also remind you to download the mobile app. And that way you can consistently support and stay connected digitally. So again, thanks everyone for being a part of the RC today. Tea time. Let's see a couple of comments coming in here today. Yes, absolutely. stress-free session.
Yes.
Yes, you're welcome. So good to have all of you on today. Please make sure that you share this on your pages, all of your social media, um, uh, real estate that you have out there. Just kind of share it with others and let them know that we've been focusing on International Stress Awareness Week. It is tomorrow as well. And so make sure you pray a prayer for the nation today as people are voting. May it be stress free.
Free.
All right. Locate yourself today. And we want you to encourage you to have a very good day. And I'm going to leave you with a locate yourself exercise. I'm going to put that on and let's just let that play out so that you can go into your next meeting or the rest of your day with stress free. All right. See you next time. And thank you so much.